bust out a Fox for Sheiks and for also, I guess, Puffs. But there's also this understanding that at a very, very, very high level, Marth does it just fine. He has juggles. You just have to be a little more choosy about your openings. And you've got to flow chart the heck out of her.
Right.
And it requires some extra finesse on your edge guards because she could just keep moving to positions where you have to hit her with the dull hit of your sword. So you have to be even trickier in order to actually secure kills.
Oh, barely misses that tomahawk grab. I like the attempt. And that's the thing, is that when you get to a higher matchup, people say this a lot, but I agree that it gets a lot closer to even. But until that point, I feel like Sheik has a bit of an edge in like the mid and higher levels.
Oh yeah, any character that has an execution advantage especially is going to do very well at low, mid, even like upper mid levels where just not choking guaranteed stuff is a very big deal.
It also just feels a lot more obvious as Sheik what to do in a lot of situations than it does for Marth.
Yeah.
You gotta be a bit more creative.
And then you still find things like, oh, well, if I down throw any DIs in, then I can get double tap up smash. That's a ton of damage, and then he's still above me for me to control. And speaking of control, really liking the platform tech chase right here from ASL. I wish he wasn't committing so hard to the buttons, though. He could have had a grab, and instead he loses his stock.
Yeah, he pushed Zook all the way to the corner, the very corner in Zook's shield. But he went in a bit hard. He had all the stage control in the world. That said, we're even back up.
Yeah, Marth doesn't have fast get-off-me tools, so when you're tech chasing him, you don't necessarily need to commit to your button from far away to try and hit him. You can run up on him, you know? Like, go for your grabs, especially a Sheik. Those are your real combo finishers. Ooh.
Just as you say it, ASL overshoots a grab, gets a little bit of damage, but Zook gets out of there without too much.
Yep, I'm liking this. Zook pushing him into the corner.
Yep, keeping him above.
And taking that nice hit. I like the drift away on the Nair. Says, I'm not 100% sure this is going to hit. You might even CC it. So he takes the safe damage, and then when it turns out to hit, he maintains stage.
ASL just a bit late on that shield drop a moment ago. They end up trading and were reset to neutral.
And fortunately for Zook, it doesn't look like he really has a set throw game other than I'm going to try and push you into a place that you generally don't like and find a hit later.
In many cases, I don't really know what else Marth is supposed to do.
From what I can tell, it's throw her to platforms.
Yeah.
Throw her to platforms, throw her above you.
You want those juggles.
Yeah. Or if you know at the lower percents, you can force forward throw, down throw stuff onto the stage. But I'm a big fan with my crummy Marth. Since I'm not the best at those kinds of situations, but I can tipper people through platforms, just use a lot of back throw.
Okay.
To DI mix up, force people to platforms, then wave dash setup, and tipper where they go. And I think that can work very well in a matchup where Sheiks tend to hold down to try and OMS attack a lot.
Right.
Because then you can kill her early. Which is something Marth would really love more in this matchup, because right now we've got a Sheik at 132. Oh, hey, forward tilt. Nice.
Yeah. F tilt reaches so much further than a lot of people would expect, but Zook miscalculating there, and he's going to pay for it. 38% and counting here.
Yep. And
feels real bad for the Marth at this point.
73, and yeah, Sheik 151. He's also got a much easier edge guard. Oh, never mind. I lied.
Ooh, ASL not happy about that, but he's got a bit of a lead still. Apparently it's not as easy as we make it out to be. What a shield grab. It looked like Zook did start pulling back on the Nair, but just a bit too late and was still in range of that.
Yeah. I feel he was just honestly expecting it to convert, or maybe he's used to people taking more aggressive options after getting hit like that, and he likes having a hitbox out for him, because it definitely wasn't a true combo, and it wasn't safe on block, so it feels like maybe just automatic muscle memory kind of thing based on the Sheiks he normally plays. Because it did not pay off for him against ASL. The ASL, oh, he's got the momentum. He is chasing him down.
Zook can't get him off him right now. He has been getting a decent amount of mileage off of these early up Bs, clipping ASL more often than not, and there's another example of it.
Yeah, going for that really aggressive option right out of the corner, though. I think that's going to be it for game one. It is. ASL takes it with a 2-stock. Zook, he had some chances.
That he did.
Had some chances.
But, I mean, he was down a moment ago. He was on a fresh 3rd stock of his, so he had 2 left. But he wasn't able to close out a stock before taking a ton of damage.
Yeah.
And that's Marthritis at its best.
Yeah, and at that
or
point,
it's worse, depending on your perspective.
I mean, at that point, it's just Sheik holding down, looking for down tilt, F tilt, or jab, and then turning it into a throw conversion, or just like forward tilt slap, putting Marth off the edge, where she's very comfortable. Like you don't want to have to be perfect for a really long time against Sheik in order to secure your kill, because she's going to hold down, and it's going to be tricky for you to be perfect that long.
Yeah. That said, it's not every day that you see a non-Pikachu main taking Sheik to Fountain, but here we are, and it's working out fairly well for Zook so far. Ooh, that was probably a grab, I would imagine. I mean, I don't know. That's what I thought he was going to go for, but misses the shield breaker. ASL hanging on the platform or the edge.
Well, Zook seems to have pretty solid control right now. I think it might be something to do with the platform height that he likes, having easier control on the edge guard situation. He gets that first stock cleanly, and he is a very, very comfy lead at the moment.
He's doing better in these close quarter situations when there's not a lot of space. He's dictating the pace really well. It could have been the case that maybe ASL bans Yoshi's, and this is the second smallest stage we got. Either way, this is looking a lot different than Game 1 already.
Yep, and missed a ledge hop. Really wants a ledge hop nair to continue the momentum.
No jump. All right, ASL gets out of there.
Our boy Zook is going to have to do a little better on spacing those up airs when he's keeping Sheik from coming down than that, because that's one of Marth's biggest strengths in this matchup. One of the things that makes it even at high levels is that when Sheik's above him, she suffers. If she's not suffering, you're doing something wrong.
It's the bread and butter of the matchup.
Yeah, but that said, Zook's got to be doing something right too, because he is in the lead.
Down air? Okay.
Forces off with the first hit of that up smash, catches him with a second.
One thing that ASL's been getting away with a ton is, for the most part, he does get dipped to the abyss, but he's mostly been able to get back to ledge while recovering, mostly unscathed, and oftentimes he's double jumping and hitting Zook with an aerial to get back to the stage. So I'd like to see Zook take note of that and try to come up with a game plan to stop allowing ASL to abuse that as much.
And right now, he's going to make it back on. Not looking for the reverse forward air. Did he touch down? He did. He's going to keep naring him.
Good DI.
Yep. He's
Gets
still
out of there.
living.
Nice re-grab here.
Launch got the juggle.
Just like you said, though, barely misbases that up air, and all of a sudden ASL's out of there, and just, again, he double jumps onto the stage with an aerial and gets a whole stock for it. Zook unable to control the edge of the stage against ASL in this set thus far.
Yeah, but he has a good percent advantage. We'll see how long it lasts off of this opener. He's forced into the corner. ASL still trying to bully Zook, but he's conscious of his percent. He doesn't want to take a random hit and fly off stage.
And just like that, a couple spot dodges later, and this is all back to even.
I think that's it for Zook's stock. He is, he's got to pull something out. Got to find a kill like right here, and ASL smart, immediate up B. Not going to get caught on the double jump. Takes his invincibility right away. Ooh.
ASL's needles have been working so well this set so far. And this is it, man. Zook with his back to the corner. ASL one stock away from moving on.
And ASL's also trying to take advantage of just the needle camping game right now. Pushes Zook to a percent where all of his stuff is going to knock him down.
I like the patience. Okay, this could be big. Look at that. Oh, I love that patience from Zook, waiting and baiting ASL to leave that shield. And here we are.
It feels like Zook is making really good choices, but he's just a tiny bit off spacing-wise.
Oh my God.
We're starting to get close quarters panic here.
Yeah, bit of a spot dodge war happening.
Up air. Ooh, gets shield poked with the nair through the platform. He's
Another
still alive.
B.
I like Zook holding his ground there, not overreaching, and
goodness,
just moving through each other.
They drifted right through one another. That's not it, is it? All right, Zook's got one last chance to stay in this bracket.
Yep, he's still going to live. Gets to land.
That
ASL gets the grab. It's going to be it.
Yeah.
Takes it. ASL 2-0 over Zook.
2-0 and a fist bump. Good stuff to ASL. He's nodding. He's feeling